This is your fucking moment. You only get one moment in life.
My throat's sore, had a sore throat for a month and a half, and this is not an acoustic environment that's suitable to request this from me.
I don't give a fuck.
Your language is offensive. Fuck you. It's called mind fucking. You ever been mind fucked before?
Hiding your valuables in your anus.
Oh my God! Why does this keep happening to me?
Broadcasting live from the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio in downtown Cleveland.
This is the funnest night ever!
And the nipples. I'll take 2.
On MorningshowCentral.com.
Don't interrupt me again.
Okay.
You think you got issues?
Please, enlighten me.
Wait till you get a load of these clowns.
Who the fuck are you?
Come here to get your weekly fix of Sick and Twisted.
Yeah, it's got its tongue up my ass.
No.
It's Uncensored Net Noise.
Come on in. Oh, and bring your whore. We'll all do some bluff.
What the fuck's going on? Leave it alone.
On MorningshowCentral.com.
Yeah, that was probably the first sign of the apocalypse.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
So what'd you do over the weekend, Joe Dirt?
A little harsh there.
I know. I had to.
Alrighty.
Dude, she's a straight A student. You know what? She got papers in the mail today saying that she's a gifted child and they want to put her in a different school. For the bright young kids. And I'm like, no. Keep her with the dumb kids. It makes her look better. You know? Makes it better.
Everything is closing in. All this emptiness, it surrounds me. With everything I feel, I just know, oh, it's changing. I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I feel.
You know, I had someone that wanted to come on the show tonight and be here for the Dan Stansbury interview, and I kind of told him no. I really hope he understands, and maybe next time.
I'm surrounded. All these memories, they surround me. Now only broken.
I also have Dave Felton, and he's going to be in studio a little later tonight, and he's from Creedius and formerly from Mushroomhead. He'll be live in studio a little later tonight. We're going to talk to him, too. I'm still trying to figure out who this Yankee is in the chat room.
Cause I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I'm surrounded.
You missed out, Joe Dirt. I met the Noodles earlier before you showed up.
The Noodles.
The Noodles, yeah. You know the MTV dance group or whatever?
Yeah.
The Noodles. Well, they're in town for the Asian Festival starting tomorrow. So I got a picture with them. You didn't.
I wasn't here.
You were one of those limp noodles. That's what it was. Oh, that's good. You're a big Maxwell fan. All right. Well, now we know. Now maybe we can convert you to Uncensored Net Noise every Friday, and we'll be good. I bet you $100, Joe Dirt, that Yonky won't be back next week. This will be the only time we see Yonky in the chat room ever, right? $100, dude. I'll bet you 100.
I don't have money, so.
All right, $1.
I don't even have that.
Come on, $1. 50 cents, dude.
Hey, I'm poor.
50 cents.
I'm poor.
50 cents.
Do you know how hard it is to live off of plain Eggos for 2 weeks?
Okay, 50 cents. I'll even front you the 50 cents.
I just want to let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear. It doesn't matter where I go.
I'll take that bet for $1.50, Yonky. I definitely will.
Because I just can't sleep without you.
You're going to go, those douchebags, I don't like those guys. I'm never coming back. But you might just come back for the $1.50 though.
I just want to let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear I'm surrounded.
All right, you want to call the show? The number's 888-668-0742 or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Jump in the chat. I'm in there. Joe Dirt's in there. We got quite a few people in there. I think Jack from At No End is in there too. I believe so. I think he's going to be cheering on his buddy Dave when he comes in a little later tonight. I think that's the Jack I'm referring to. But, yeah, we got Dan Stansbury. He's going to be on about 9:30 tonight. And then right after that, we're going to have Dave Felton from Creadius, the local band here in Cleveland. And he's formerly from Mushroomhead. We're going to talk to him, pick his brain a little bit, find out what's going on with him. Joe Dirt, what'd you do over the weekend, man?
Well, I did do something, not during the week, but actually today.
Okay.
This morning today.
All right. What'd you do?
Had an audition today. I was auditioning for a movie.
A movie? What kind of movie?
It's a independent movie, kind of like a drama based.
It's a drama-based movie?
That's going to be filmed here in Cleveland.
Okay.
During the summer. And today, tomorrow, and I think next couple days, they're having, casting calls for all the roles in the movie.
So what's your role?
Well, I auditioned for a role, like a secondary role, not one of the main characters, though.
Why not, dude? Go balls out. Go to the main character.
But they did have me read a script that had
the main character.
So I did a little bit of both, basically.
Okay, all right.
So
you're gonna be like an understudy for the main character.
Well, hopefully I hear back soon from them, and then.
Do you know
if that's the case?
Can you say the name of the film or no?
Or
is that out of the realm right now? You can't really say nothing until you're actually in it or whatever.
We'll wait and see on that one.
All right. So you had a week of auditioning, so that's what's going on in your life.
And I have an audition tomorrow.
Really?
Actually.
Okay.
For theater.
Oh my God.
A little bit of a switch there.
Romeo. Out whatever the hell Romeo.
Going for auditioning for film, then auditioning for theater.
I was never good at that.
So this theater is gonna be like a comedic play.
Yeah.
So I got to work on.
That's cool.
Work on my funny side.
That's cool. That'll work though. We're not funny though. Neither one of us are funny. I don't even know why people listen to our show.
We get the pity laughs.
Exactly.
Yeah. If that.
Look at the guys on screen. They're funny. No, they're not. we get these absurd comments on our YouTube channel. Like, who in the hell are these tools? Or why are they doing this? And I still can't figure out why we're doing it.
Hey.
I had a lot of guests on the show, though. I mean, a lot of cool guests. I mean, not just, local guys here in Cleveland or local bands or nothing, but had a lot of people. So
for some reason, people like us.
I'm glad. I mean, at least someone likes us. That might be Dave.
There's the foghorn.
So our intern will go out there and get the door, I hope.
But it was pretty quick, actually, the whole audition process. There were a lot of people auditioning, when I came in and, signed, had to sign my name and everything.
Okay.
There had been 100 people that auditioned before me that had everybody's name on a list.
So what do you think what your chances are of getting this I guess role in this movie or whatever?
Well,
Like a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 being the highest, what do you think?
3 or 4.
3 or 4?
You know, just because there was a lot of people there, and like, well, they had, you know, from 9 to 6. That's when they were doing this casting call.
Okay.
I went in at 10:30 in the morning. There was already over 100 people that had auditioned before me.
Yeah.
And this was at 10:30 in the morning, so who knows how many people they saw throughout the day.
You watch any much TV lately at all? Did you watch America's Got Talent?
No.
Dude, Howard Stern is awesome on that show. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's like,
Howard Stern's awesome, period.
right. Everybody's like, oh, Howard sucks on America's Got Talent. No, he didn't, man. He did a great job. I thought he did a really good job on that show, dude. I mean, a lot of people, he's better than that Pierce, whatever the hell his name is.
Brosnan?
No? Whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, but anyways, he's better than that dude. I mean, I thought that guy was a douchebag. And Sharon,
Sharon Osbourne?
Yeah, she's awesome. And Howie, I mean, Howie could be a douchebag sometimes, but I thought all three of them as a combined force on that show, they're great. I thought it was awesome that Howard is actually on that show. A lot of he pulled a lot of his stuff from his show. Some his like common sayings that he says on his show. You hear it on America's Got Talent, and you know where it's coming from. It's coming from his radio show,
right? Which
is cool though. I like he's putting that into the show, which works out pretty good. And I mean, he's not like the I guess no homo, but not the prettiest guy in the world, but he looked good on camera. You know, for being 50-something years old, I mean, you look pretty good on camera.
Considering he's never been, like...
Right. Well, he has. I mean...
he's not the most glamorous guy, like, visually, like,
Well, he can officially say now he's done radio. He's done a book. Actually, 2 best-selling books. He's done a movie, and now he's done TV. And he's also done cable access. When in the beginning of his career, he did some cable access show.
Yeah.
Prior to him becoming really, really, I think it was the Channel 9 show. It was like cable access, or whatever. It's like a local channel just in New York City or whatever.
Before he became Howard Stern.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I mean, he's done it all. So you now he can actually officially use that title, King of All Media.
Yes.
I mean, what other media outlet?
King of All Radio.
Right. What other media outlet out there hasn't he done? I can't really think of any.
No.
TV, radio, book. So
internet radio, satellite radio.
He's done satellite radio, internet radio. He's done terrestrial radio. He's done it all. So yeah, I think he lived up to that title.
Film, movie.
Yeah. So
theater.
Yeah. So, he also had the E show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that one too, and that cable show. So yeah, so he's done it all, man. So. He did cable, and then he did national TV, which is NBC, which is America's Got Talent. So it works out good.
Speaking of another show that has America in it, I'll ask you because I haven't been keeping up with it. What about American Idol?
I hate that show, man. I really do.
Is the season over yet?
It's over. It's over. I don't even know who won. I don't care, really. I'm not really into that show at all. My wife, she watches that damn thing. And, when I come home from the studio or something, it's on. And I just go into the other room.
Honey,
I'm like,
why is this on? Really?
I mean, but the thing is, I like The Voice.
The Voice?
The Voice is good. I like that.
I've watched it a couple times.
Right. The Voice is really good, yeah.
Like, past couple years, the only time I've ever watched American Idol was the beginning episodes, seeing the auditions, seeing the good people, seeing the bad people, seeing the crazy people.
Right. The Voice, I thought, is pretty good, though, because I like the chemistry. But... this past season, I really thought the whole show was rigged. Because, hear me out for a minute. I mean, last year on The Voice, there was some dude that was singing or whatever was on. He already had some sort of like musical talent, or some sort of musical career.
Like prior to
going on the show. And then on this season, there's this guy, I guess the dude that won this one had some sort of
previous
experience, and this guy won it. So I'm like, are they
a little skeptical?
Right?
Like,
they're I don't know if they're like rigging it or something, or like I don't know what's going on. But I thought the show was like supposed to be for people that have talent, but they
haven't been discovered yet.
Exactly right. They didn't have some sort of musical manager or
prior.
career or whatever, or they've been signed to a label or something like that. So these previous artists, they already been signed to a label or whatever. So it to me, it's kind of it's kind of sketchy when you watch back from last season's show, and then you're watching this season's show, and it's like these guys had some sort of career.
Yeah, prior to
being
on the show.
It's kind of weird though. All right, what do we got over there in the news, Joe? Dirt, anything good for this week at all?
This first story, pretty crazy, interesting.
Yeah.
A church worker who had a melon-sized tumor removed from his ribs had his chest rebuilt using concrete.
Yeah. I thought duct tape was like the world powerful, like all end all be all super duper, crap that you would use to, hold something together. But now they're actually pouring concrete into your body to hold your bones together now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Merrick Barden, who calls himself the Bionic Man, was diagnosed with cancer in August of last year after complaining to doctors about a lump.
J.B. Weld. Bastard Bunny's like, nope, that's J.B. Weld they're using. All right, go ahead.
The doctors found a 1.5 kilogram sized tumor, which is extremely rare and thought to be the largest of its type, wrapped around his ribs and pushing against his spleen. Within 5 weeks of the discovery, Merrick underwent a 6-hour operation to remove the tumor, the lining of his left lung, 6 ribs, and part of his diaphragm.
Wow, dude, that's messed up, man.
A 25 centimeter square cement panel was then installed to replace his ribs. Muscle from his shoulder was used to repair his diaphragm. Merrick, who's from Bristol, who celebrated his 40th birthday while in intensive care, said he has been left with a scar from his left shoulder down to his stomach.
Wow.
He said, quote, I lost 1.5 kilos when they removed the tumor and probably got about that much back with the cement panel.
Wow, dude. Could you imagine having some sort of like cement panel like in your chest, dude? It's like right here. It's holding your ribs together.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude. But you know what? He probably gets
a scar all the way down.
Yeah, from his shoulder all the way down. A horizontal scar, dude. That's insane, dude. But you know what? He's the Man of Steel now. So if he gets shot, he might be okay because the cement panel will block it.
Yeah, or he gets put in a situation like someone pulls a gun out about to shoot him. He's like, "Don't shoot!"
Right? He's like,
"Go ahead, shoot!"
Hey, he's like the Bionic Man.
Aiming his body this way.
Right. It's amazing what they're using in modern medicine now. They're
the advancements
are crazy.
They're just beyond crazy.
Yeah, they're using cement panels and they're using like cadaver bones to put your bones back together, and I mean it's just crazy stuff, dude. I mean, next they'll be doing, I'm surprised they haven't passed that cloning law. Where cloning has to. They said that they can reclone a liver or reclone a spleen or reclone a heart or a kidney or whatever.
Or something.
Yeah, whatever the case may be. And they'll put it back in you or whatever. I see a lot of advancements to that. But then you would start seeing like crazy SOBs out there that would start cloning themselves or something. And, you'd have like 3 Joe Dirts running around. I don't want 3 Joe Dirts running around. I'm good with 1. I can barely handle the 1.
Yeah, I was like,
right.
I'm barely all right with 1. But
exactly.
Yeah, and like the advancements in like we've seen a couple cases, like one particular that comes to mind of like people who were once paralyzed are now no longer paralyzed. They're back to normal. Like a football player a few years ago was paralyzed on the field after suffering a helmet to helmet hit.
Right. Pinched a nerve in his back.
Yeah, pinched a nerve in his back and like obviously was done for the year after that game. That was the first game of the season. Then at the end of the season, he made like a return to the team walking.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they said he would never walk. The very next day after that hit, they said he would never walk again.
Well, like these wrestlers too.
And the wrestlers.
Yeah, these wrestlers, they get in the ring. I mean, I'm talking about like, even though the WWE is, I think to me is fake. I really don't care for it. I don't watch it. But if you start watching like interviews of like Hulk Hogan and stuff like that, like on regular TV or something like that, you can see the dude's beat up. He did that one reality show with his daughter, and they went and got something injected in his back so he can walk or whatever. I mean, it's insane. I mean, the modern medicine that they have today, like, you know, if they brought that cloning, Hulk Hogan would still be around for another 1,000 years.
Yeah. Hulkamania would
right, exactly.
still be huge.
He'd still be running wild, you know. So
brother.
Right, exactly. So I mean, stuff like that is. I mean, I could see the you know the benefits of cloning, but then I can also see like the evil side of cloning too.
Where people could like abuse that privilege.
Exactly, and it's like
use it for purposes not intended.
Right, and that's what screws everything up. I mean, one person will screw the whole entire thing up.
I'm gonna clone myself,
right?
So that way I don't have to go to work.
Exactly.
My clone can go to work.
Yeah,
and give me my paycheck.
That'd be awesome, though. All right, what else we got over there? Anything good?
Right. Story out of Akron. You can find just about anything on Craigslist these days. A man in Canton tried to sell free internet service.
This guy's a tool, dude. I'm sorry. This guy's a tool.
Aaron Laverick, 20 years old, was charged with unlawful use of a telecommunications device. Police say he advertised on Craigslist that he had a modem that could provide free internet service through Time Warner Cable for sale. An unidentified man agreed to meet him in Akron to purchase 3 modems for $230.
Wow, so he's getting the modems.
And he's now sitting in Summit County Jail.
Right, so he gets the modems. He goes up to people and says, I can hook you up with some free internet right now. So he goes up and climbs the pole or whatever the case may be, hooks up a line to the pole, runs it to the house, and then sells him the modem for $200 and some odd, and then gets him hooked up with internet access. Now, don't you think that Time Warner or any of these other crazy-ass cable companies
would
monitor...
Be like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah.
Right, they monitor what's going on. I mean, they know exactly where... They have, like, traps up there, you know... showing, you know, that someone's stealing cable or stealing internet access or whatever. And you know that, you know, eventually that they caught him by letting him do it a couple times, and they're watching him from, like, you know, a distance or whatever. And that's probably how he got caught. Time Warner's sitting in an unmarked car somewhere watching this fat dude walk up a pole, unhook the cable, and then hook it up and then run it down to some lady's house to get her free internet access. You know, yeah, of course the guy is going to get caught. I mean, you can't get away with that because everything's been monitored. I mean, I'm sure, you know, everything that, you know, you use as far as internet access goes, it's totally monitored by, you know, your cable company. So you can't steal it. So why even try? I mean, I remember back in the day where you used to have like this one cable company. It was like Metro 10, I think it was. And you had these old ass cable boxes, and you would take 2 pennies, right? And they would have like these scrambled channels way up on like the higher channels, and you go to the scrambled channels, and you hold one button down, and you hold another button down, and then you wait for it to unscramble or whatever, and then you stick the pennies in there to hold the buttons down, and you're able to watch like pay-per-view movies or whatever. So or like free
for free?
Yeah, for free, like
Wow.
HBO or something like that. You know, you get the free channels. You would unscramble it. Then they come out with these scrambler boxes and stuff like that. And it's like crazy. Now, look, we're in the 2012, dude. 2013. You know, I mean,
21st century.
21st century. They're watching you. You're not going to be able to steal anything anymore. Those days are long gone. So why even attempt it? You're going to get caught. I mean, eventually, okay, like, there's probably people in the chat room going, well, I got a friend that had internet access for the last 30 years or 20 years, and he's got it for free. Yeah, okay, well, he's going to get caught eventually. And then when he does, he's going to have to pay 30 years worth of internet access, you know?
So my advice to you,
don't steal it. Yeah. Don't get caught and don't steal your internet access, man. You're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble.
Not the smartest man in the
and
world.
plus,
I'm just taking a guess.
That's a federal offense, too. That's like going into a bank and robbing it.
Yeah, and expecting not to get caught.
Exactly. Right. I mean, you could get charged like stealing like from a bank. That's a federal charge. You can go to jail for a long time for that. Depending on if the internet company or the cable company wants to pursue that. You know, so is it worth it? I don't think so.
I mean, me personally, I haven't come across any crazy encounters with this site, but it brings me back to what you always say about the craziness that is Craigslist.
I agree, dude.
And
I'm surprised
this is a good headliner for that.
You know what? This guy probably had a listing on Craigslist and saying, "You want free internet access? Come call me up or whatever, or text me or something like that. I'll hook you up or whatever.
Meet me behind the dumpster at a McDonald's."
Right, exactly. We'll give you this modem for $250 or something. You know, cable not included. You know,
yeah. You want free cable?
Right.
Buy this. Cable not included.
Dude, I had two neighbors. The neighbor 2 doors down would run Ethernet cable from his house to the neighbor's house, giving them internet access.
Really?
Yeah. Just ran it over for them so they can have internet access.
What the hell?
Dude, I wish neighbors would be like that with me. I'm like, give me your internet access and run a cable over, you know? That'd be awesome.
Are they not friendly to you, or are you not friendly to them?
No, I wouldn't want their internet access anyways, because you never know.
What the hell? AOL 1.0?
Exactly. Dial up. I don't want that.
Windows 98. What is this?
All right, what else you got?
Takes you an hour just to load a
exactly.
page.
Right. You remember the old 1.0 version of AOL? Oh my god.
Back in like the
early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, oh my god, it took forever to get logged on, and then you're on like a BBS chat room, and that's all it was. And it's like Telnet. That's all it was. It was insane. I mean, and you spent like $60 for that. And I'm like, for what? To talk to like three people on AOL at the time?
And it'd take you forever to do so.
Exactly.
But then again, like back then that was blazing fast internet.
Right. Well, now it's like you get 4G and 3G and super duper DSL and super high speed.
And now 3G and 4G are starting to become
obsolete.
Yeah, slow versions because even more advancements are coming out.
I know. Yeah. All right, what else we got?
All right. Story out of Jackson, Michigan. When her son exclaimed he found a piece of a finger in his Arby's Junior roast beef sandwich last week, Jamie Vale thought the 14-year-old was goofing around. He wasn't. In his last bites, Ryan Hart said he tasted something like rubber.
You think?
It was tough to chew, and he said he spit the piece of flesh from his mouth. Quote, I was like, that's got to be a finger.
Yeah, I would think so.
Another quote from him, I was about to puke. It was just nasty. The piece appeared to be the back of a finger, including the pad and extending beyond the first knuckle, said Vale and her friend Joe Wheaton, who accompanied Vale and Ryan on Friday to the Arby's that they went to.
Why in the hell would you not report that to your supervisor? Look, I cut my finger off, and it might be in the bowl of chili that you just served to a customer. I mean, it's not like you're going to get fired for, like, cutting your finger. I mean, for God's sakes, you'll get workman's comp for doing that, you know? So, I mean, I don't get why people don't report that right away to somebody.
Well, I know I would.
I mean, if my finger was chopped off, if the pad of my finger was chopped off, I'm not gonna say, dude, I'm gonna be crying like a bitch. Call me an ambulance or something, or get me to the doctor or something like that.
I'd be freaking out.
And by the way, the pad is on top of that bean in the chili. Get it for me so we can sew it back on. So I mean, come on. Why would people just blatantly just let it go out there to the public and eat it? I mean, to me, it's like. It's stupid. I don't understand why people would even let it go to the front counter to be served in the first place. I mean, if I'm like shooting blood to the ceiling, and my finger's chopped off, you think you're
not going to report that?
Right. Your other employees.
Or somebody's not going to report that?
Right. Your employees, the other employees that are working with you are probably going to see that. Why didn't anybody report it? That's my problem. And they just let it go. And then it gets in the kid's mouth, and he's eating it, and he's like, it tastes like rubber, and I'm like, I don't want. No, that's not cool, dude. No.
Can I get a junior roast beef sandwich?
When's the last time?
Do you want that with or without finger?
It's bad enough that you go to fast food places and you get hair in your food, or you get 1,000 pickles on one hamburger.
You're still bitter about that.
I hate that, dude. I went to that one joint, and I'm not gonna mention the place I went to.
McDonald's.
It was Burger King.
Oh, Burger King.
I went there, and I swear to God, there was like 1,000 pickles on one hamburger. I mean, it was a small little hamburger, and it was like 1,000 pickles on it.
And you said what? No pickles?
And I absolutely said no pickles, and they put 1,000 of them on there. I hate that. People don't listen. Or you go to a coffee place. I go every morning.
Another story?
Yeah,
Another story?
every morning I go to this same coffee place, Dunkin' Donuts, and I go there and I tell them I want extra cream and extra sugar.
They never give you that.
All the time, dude. I tell them every single time, extra cream and sugar. And because you're in the drive-thru, if you go inside, you can do it yourself.
Right.
Okay. But I'm in the drive-thru. I'm on my way to take my wife to work, and I'm taking my kid to school, and I'm going to work myself. So we got a busy morning, so I don't have time to go inside to get the coffee. So I go
just
through the
drive-thru, bam,
right.
go.
So every time, dude, it's like no cream, no sugar, or there's
Black coffee,
or there's too much cream, or there's not enough sugar, or there's way too much sugar, and there's like no cream. It's like, can't they ever get this right? It's bad enough that coffee's like $4 a cup. Can you get the damn thing right? And I can't. And every morning I tell them this. I'm like, you messed up my coffee. Yesterday. Well, you should have brought it back. I don't have time to bring it back. All right.
Like, I just have time to hope and pray that you get my order right.
Exactly.
But you never do.
Right. I guess I don't know, dude. I guess it's all these people that are underpaid or overworked, or they just don't care about their jobs. They don't take any pride in what they're doing, at their job, and it kind of sucks though. Which I really, really hate, dude. I really hate it, especially when you go to a restaurant, dude, and you find a hair in your hamburger. God, it's disgusting.
Or a nail, or
yeah. Oh, you found a nail in your hamburger before?
A friend of mine found
really
a fingernail in his burrito. So you could take a guess on where he was at.
Oh my God.
What fast food place he was at.
Yeah. Taco Bell.
Yes.
Wow. All right, guys, we'll be right back. We're going to get Stansbury on the show next, and hopefully a little bit later we'll have Dave Felton. I think he's in studio. I think he's in the green room. I hope he is. So when we come back, we'll have Dan Stansbury on the show, and we'll talk to him for a little bit. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
Uncensored Net Noise.
It's electronic.
Yeah, so's my vibrator, but I don't have to sit in the chair and listen to it for an hour and a half.
You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise right here on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hey, this is Joe Dirt, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out.
Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network.
Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy.
Cocaine Energy Supplement.
Due to great consumer demand,
Redux Beverages has officially announced the return
Of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement.
it's now available at retail locations across the country.
as well as online at reduxdirect.com.
That's reduxdirect.com,
Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network.
where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world.
Cocaine Energy Supplement.
You can become a member.
by logging on to lovecocaine.com.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
Hey, Unsigned fans.
You are jam-packed. Hey, Unsigned fans.
Want your music heard?
Yeah!
Shoot us an email with the name of the band and the MP3 of the song.
Send it to show@morningshowcentral.com.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network
on morningshowcentral.com.
If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style.
Lifestyle Limousine Service.
Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service.
Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com.
Reserve your ride now.
330-903-0508. 330-903-0508.
Lifestyle Limousine Service.
And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you.
Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel
dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy.
With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services,
you can be confident your station will be all it can be.
Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com
and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now.
Coming at you from the rock and roll capital, it's an exciting and fast-paced global forum
with the man who knows how to help get your band even better.
Yeah! Doc Rock tackles industry issues with informed guests
and invites your questions, concerns, and tales of band life.
There's never a dull moment in Doc's world of showbiz.
He cares about artist issues and escalating your talents.
So make an appointment with Doc Rock on Band-Aid.
Thank you!
Tuesday night, starting at 9:05.
Only on morningshowcentral.com.
Join host Brian for Dominion Live Chicago every Friday night, 11 p.m. Central to 1 a.m. Right here
on morningshowcentral.com.
Got time on your hands?
Oh, fuck! Ow! Ow! Oh, ow!
What?
Oh, ow!
Send us an email.
Hit the Contact Us page on morningshowcentral.com.
You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
Uncensored Net Noise.
Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on Morning Show Central Radio Network.
MorningShowCentral.com.
Don't touch that mouse.
Besides, you don't run the same gag twice. You do the next gag.
MorningShowCentral.com.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com.
What do you need to know about the Sunday Hangover Show? The name says it all.
Leave it alone, man.
The Sunday Hangover Show.
Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. on morningshowcentral.com.
Prepare to get your cock rocked to kingdom come.
Welcome back to the show that doesn't discriminate.
We'll bang everyone equally.
You can handle that? You got a job.
It's Uncensored Net Noise.
From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening
to Morning Show Central Radio Network. It's Uncensored Net Noise.
Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
Live on morningshowcentral.com. If you'd like to call the show,
1-888-668-0742.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
What do you think about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
You know, I was there when it opened.
Okay.
I think the building is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great that we have it in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there should be a lot more metal in it.
Okay.
You know.
See,
I'll tell you a secret about the Rock Hall.
Okay.
I'll tell you a secret. If you are a band, local band, any band, and you go there with a CD with your picture, you get in for free.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know this.
Because they support music and musicians.
Okay, so Joe Dirt, we have to create a CD and us sing. We can go there anytime we want to.
Okay.
It's like a press pass for MSC, basically. We can get in anytime then. So we can start howling like dogs and just hand them the CD. We're musicians, right?
Yeah, we can.
We
can grab the T-Pain microphone.
Yeah.
That's at Walmart and auto-tune our voice.
We can do that.
So we can sound like
perfect.
We know how to sing.
Exactly.
If you play the tape of our show backwards,
you'll discover a secret message.
Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, guys. You want to call the show? The number's 888-668-0742. Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Jump in the chat. I'm in there. Joe Dirt's in there. We do have our guest on the phone. We have Dan Stansbury, but I'm not going to bring him on just yet. I do want to ask him a bunch of questions. I'm not going to go into great question modes about the show. And it's not because Dan told me not to. Dan said, hey, do what you got to do. You're doing your job. And that's an exact quote from Dan. But I'm not going to go into it because you know what? I really want to talk to Dan about the local music scene here in Cleveland. And I will ask him some questions about, the Maxwell show and everything else, though. But my major goal here to have Dan on, I've been trying to get Dan on for years. I mean, when he was on MMS, I tried to get him on. When he was on 98, I tried to get him on. And every time we tried, the schedules clashed and everything else. Well, he's probably going to kill me for saying this, though. But now he's unemployed. I can get him on the show. So, let's get him on the phone. What's going on, Dan?
Well, dude, like you said, I'm unemployed, so, I mean, I've been sitting by the pool drinking Corona all day, so I apologize. I'm probably a little bit more lit up than you'd like me to be.
That's fine. All right, so tell me a little bit about, let's get into it a little bit, though. Tell me about what happened. I mean, you don't have to go into great detail, but why did the show get canned over at 98?
Over at 98? I mean, dude, I'll just be honest with you, man. I mean, it was apparent, like, the second day we were there, that two of the guys in charge did not want us there.
Okay.
I mean, it was obvious. I mean, you can just tell, And I'm one of those guys that if you don't want me, then my attitude is F you, I don't want you. You know what I mean? And I got to give Maxwell credit, dude. He really tried to keep it together, and he kept pulling me aside going, dude, we're here. Let's just make the best of it. And I was the one over at 98 that I was like, get me the hell out of here, dude.
Wow.
As fast as humanly possible. I want to get out of here. And I just was unhappy, and I really got to take my fair share of the blame of what went down there.
Okay.
So, and it just wasn't the right fit. You know what I mean? It's like, it sounds weird having guys talking about girls moving their panties and like all this stuff coming out of the Moody Blues. It just sounds weird, And I didn't really, MMS was the only radio station I had ever worked at, and so legitimately. So I didn't realize until I left there how important that the overall vibe of the radio station and you mesh. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just, and I said it many times when I was at NCX, I feel like I am head to toe MMS. You know what I mean? It's just, that's my kind of radio station.
You felt at home with it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you felt really at home there, and you can, and it translates on radio when you did the show at Maxwell at MMS. You can actually hear that you were having fun there, and then when you listen to it over at 98, it's like, oh my God, what's going on with Stansbury?
Oh no, I mean, dude, I was completely miserable. I mean, I was really the one that they didn't like, and they were willing to try to make it work with Maxwell because he's the DJ. You know what I mean? And so you kind of need that part. And, you know what I mean? Nobody over, and I shouldn't say nobody, but there were two members of management over there that did not think I was funny and had said it on more than one occasion.
Wow.
And, and I was just kind of shocked about that. And I was hearing things like, Stansbury, you got to relax. It's not like people know who you are.
What?
And I kept saying to them, I'm like, dude, you might want to go somewhere with me one night, dude. You know what I mean? Like, not to be cocky about it, but let's be honest, I did kind of make a little name for myself there,
Yep.
And I'm proud of my work at MMS. I really am. I will stand by that show to the day I die. And I was just honestly embarrassed about what we were being asked to do over there. It just wasn't my kind of show.
I agree. Go ahead, Jitter.
When you say, like, it was apparent that they didn't want you there at NCX, is there anything that personally you felt you could have done differently without, completely changing your style or being, false or phony?
I mean, what I could have done was I could have been an adult. and said, okay, I know what these guys want. We're signed on for a year. Just do what they want for a year and then look to get out. I could have made that a more harmonious marriage than it was. I mean, they were definitely doing their fair share part to make me crazy. And I think sometimes, and with certain people, definitely on purpose, and to see if they could get me to do things that would be like, well, see, we got to get rid of them, you know?
Right.
So I think, but, you know, me as a professional, I got to know better than that. You know what I mean? And I have to own that. And I have to go, you know what? You should have just sucked it up, dude. You were being paid a ton of money to do a job that at the end of the day, even though it wasn't the way you liked doing it, it still comes easy at you, and it's still fun. And you know what I mean? And every great radio guy that I've ever known has had to ruin one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all got that radio station where it's like, yeah, dude, I went there and screwed it all up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I thought, like, okay, well, let me get mine out of the way. You know? You know, I was like, all right, they don't want me here. I don't really want to be here. Everybody knows. There's no hiding it. Why do so? And I went the other way. And what I'm really let down about that is that I could care less about the management over there being upset about it, but I feel like I let Maxwell and Tiffany down, and those are, you know, I owed it to the people I was doing the show with to do a better job than that.
Right.
And I didn't do that. And so I do, if I regret anything, I regret going there, but then I regret not standing up for those two as much as I could have.
Do you still,
you know what I mean?
Do you still stay in contact with Maxwell and Tiffany at all?
I was on the phone with Maxwell for 2 hours last night, and I talked to Tiffany. I don't want to say regularly, but we do speak. You know, everything is good, but she's going through some trouble with her dad and all that, so I'm kind of giving her space through that.
Right.
And you know, he's in the hospital, and he, you know, so you know, she's been back and forth to the emergency room and seeing him in the hospital a lot. So I'm just kind of giving her space. But yeah, no, her and I are totally on good terms. I mean, I had dinner with her like 3 weeks ago. So yeah, we're totally good.
So what's a game plan for you? So what are you up to right now? Are you working on getting somewhere else in Cleveland, or are you trying to, you know, just try to find anything right now?
I mean, here's the thing, dude. I'm a born and raised Clevelander, and that will always be my home, and I love that city. And I love the people in it, and they were very good to me. That audience was, I've said it many times, there are radio guys that have more listeners. Nobody had better ones, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I love that city, and if somebody in that city wants to put me on the radio, I'm more than happy to sit back and listen to what they got to say. I think the likelihood, if you were going to ask me to ballpark it, is probably not good for that. All the positions seem to be pretty filled right now at the moment. And so
I tell you one thing right now, Dan. I tell you one thing right now. If I had the money right here at MSC, and I told you this in previous conversations, I'd hire your ass in a heartbeat, dude.
Well, dude, I appreciate that, man, and I really do. I mean, I love what I do, and again, without trying, without sounding too cocky at it, I like to think I'm pretty good at it, you know. And so, I mean, I definitely want to get back to doing it. And, Maxwell's back. He's on in Q87.7 in Chicago, and, he's loving life. He's working for a killer company called Merlin Media, and they're one of the best in the business. And so I couldn't be any happier for him,
So the new...
And I got my agent looking into it, and we'll see what happens.
So is the gig in Chicago with Maxwell, is it can it be heard on internet or no? Is it streamed on there or no?
Yeah, absolutely. If you, and I haven't really done a whole lot of this. I'll be honest with you, just because I talk to him so much. I don't feel like I have to listen. But yeah, if you go to their website, which I believe is q877.com, or if you just Google that and put in Chicago, it'll come right up. But yeah, you can. I believe you can stream. I believe they probably have an app. It's a cool alternative station. It really is, and it's they're doing a cool thing up there.
Okay. So basically, without sounding like a dick or anything like that, Maxwell not Maxwell, the show in general kind of burned every bridge here in Cleveland, and you probably wouldn't be able to bring the Maxwell show back here in Cleveland at all, right?
Well, all right. I mean, I guess there's a way to look at it that way, and I have definitely burned my bridges with CBS and NCX. But I'm still in contact with people who work over at Clear Channel Cleveland, and and from what I've been told, the vibe on me over there is it's less we hate him and more, oh, what a shame. had he stayed.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, and so, I mean, I have pretty good relationships with salespeople over there still, and some people in programming. I have conversations with people over there. I think the Maxwell show, as people know it, is probably over. I mean, you know what I mean? And especially in that town. I will give you that.
Right.
I think Maxwell's days in Cleveland are probably definitely over.
Well, there's
no doubt.
Yeah, the reason why I say this is because I was watching the Maxwell Facebook page, and he put a tombstone up there, 2004, 2012. The Maxwell show's basically dead. And I was just, I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. I mean, what's your take on that?
I mean, we talked last night, and this is what he said to me. If there is ever a situation where somebody comes to me and says, hey, we kind of need to expand you a little bit, and let's bring a guy in here, he has said to me many, many times, including last night, Dan, you're the first and only guy I'm going to call.
Awesome.
If they're willing to let me call you, you're the guy I'm calling. And I really feel like where he's at, those are the guys that will do it.
Right.
I'm not worried about the fact that they wouldn't want me. I'm more worried about the fact that I'll already be placed.
Yeah.
By the time they're ready to do that.
Exactly. And,
and
it's going to be kind of hard. It's going to be like a really hard transition for you to like pick up and go to, where Maxwell is and do the show with him or whatever. So, yeah, I understand where you're coming from there.
I mean, he's we have a long history and, and we fight like brothers, and it goes from I hate you and I never want to see you ever again to the next day we're laughing about what we were fighting about. I mean, it's just that kind of relationship,
Exactly.
It's very Slash and Axel that way,
Right.
But we always find a way to come back and at least be friendly, and there is a love and respect for one another there, and we did after NCX. We both said to one another, "Dude, we're done. Like, I'm done with you, and like, let's go our separate ways." And then, you get away from it a little while, and it's like, dude, I mean, nothing really happened where we have to hate one another forever. So why hold animosity over nothing?
Right.
And we came back together, and we're on very good terms. I mean, I know people think we're at odds, but we're not.
Yeah. Speaking of like terms and everything like that, I was, I hate to go into, like great detail with everything, but there was a rumor going around about Joe Howard.
Me?
No, not
Joe
you.
Dirt.
Actually, Joe Howard and the Maxwell show. What's going on there? I mean, I'm looking at Joe Howard's Facebook, and he's like blasting Maxwell.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that guy. I honestly don't know what that's all about. I mean, if you got time for a quick story, I can pretty much tell you what happened. We were on the air at MMS, and Joe was friends with a couple of members of the morning show that were on the air then. So one of the girls that was on that show gave him the hotline number.
Okay.
So every once in a while, Joe would call in the afternoon. He would call in on the hotline. Well, dude, you guys are doing a show. That's not, dude, this is my studio.
Exactly.
Like, you don't have open range. It's just, and so he would call in, and I've always been a Joe fan. You know what I mean? Even back then, I was a total Joe fan. But he called in the one day, and what he had said wasn't the best material he had ever had.
Okay.
So we hung up on him, and Maxwell kind of, I don't know, he kind of ripped him up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
To save the bit, And Joe took it really personally. And, he was like, how dare you tell people I'm not funny? He's like, this is my livelihood. I need people to come to my shows. And there is a way to look at it like that.
Yeah.
And then, so there, when we were off the air before we went to NCX, those guys were running their mouths and all over Twitter and all, all this stuff, talking all this trash or whatever. And then I saw Joe at Peabody's like a month before we went to NCX, and he was like wasted. And he comes up to me, he's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I don't really want to have any beef with you and all this stuff. He's like, I apologize. He's like, most of my anger is towards Maxwell and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, dude, I totally get it. And then 2 days after we sign on at NCX, he is like out trashing the both of us.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, dude, I just don't have time for it, man. Like, if that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. But like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I guess I just don't understand all the animosity about it. It's like, what, dude? Why do you care?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
I don't get it. And dude, here's the thing, and I'll say this, dude. Joe's a funny guy. And when I passed on the MMS job, because when they let Maxwell go, they tried to keep me. you know?
Right.
And when I passed on that job, I actually said to the program director, Bo Matthews, I said, dude, if you can't get me and you're looking for a guy who kind of has my style, dude, if you can't get Ryan Dalton, Joe Howard's your best bet.
Yeah.
And that's the honest-to-God truth, and that's what I said. And, dude, I love Ryan Dalton. I have no problem with him. And I really don't have a problem with Joe Howard. He seems to have a problem with me, and I'm just going to let it be. Dude, that's his problem.
Right.
I have no interest in worrying about it either way.
Right. I got a lot of people in the chat room right now, and they're asking me all kinds of questions about, why, what happened with the contract. They thought, you had like this big contract with NCX, and, they thought you guys were going to stick around for a long time. And, to me, it's sad that, Maxwell is, he look, I mean, I listen to Maxwell, I listen to Rover, I listen to all of them. You know my situation when I listen to all those shows. The thing is that, once you get familiar with something and you know that it's there, you kind of miss it when it's gone. And you know what? Even though there's sometimes, you guys didn't have like a knockout show, I still listened. But you know what? I always looked at it this way. Tomorrow's going to be another day, and, they'll pick it up where they left off, and it'll be a better show. So, I mean, I wish you guys, I wish you guys were still around in Cleveland.
I mean, this is what I've always said about our show. Good, bad, or whatever, it's real. So
right.
What you see is what you get with us. There is no staging. There is no sitting behind the scenes and going, you have to be on this side, and I have to. There's none of that. Right. This is what we feel. And so, dude, the show may be lousy on Monday.
Right.
But that's because, you know what, I was in a lousy mood. I'm a real person.
Right.
And I'm not, you know what I mean? I have a hard time, then CBS kept telling me this, you have to act more. And I was like, well, why?
Why?
These people don't want to go to their jobs any more than I want to come to mine. Why do I have to lie to them about it?
Right.
Let's just be real with them, you know?
Yeah, I get
and
the
that
whole
was
idea.
my whole thing.
Right. I get the whole idea of, like, theater of the mind. You're on radio, theater of the mind. I get the whole idea. But why am I going to fake it? I'm going to be myself. Why do it?
I mean, there are a lot of shows out there that fake it and do a tremendous job at it.
Right.
It's just never the way we ran our room. And there's no right or wrong way. It's whatever works best for you. And I work better under, this is who I am, man. Take it or leave it. If you like it, stick around. If you don't, see you later. I mean, it's all good. I won't shine my shoes and dance for you to like me. I just won't do it.
Yeah.
And if you like me, then, and you know what? And I'm proud of that because I feel like the people that like me stick by me. You know what I mean? And I still to this day I hear, man, we're waiting and we want you.
Right.
And I got to imagine that part of that comes from the fact that they can tell that I'm real, you know?
Right.
And so, and I'm proud of that.
Now, I have a question in the chat room. Actually, it's Donna Summers. She wants to ask you a question, even though she's dead. Right. She wants to know, do you regret going or leaving MMS?
I mean, I'm one of those people, dude. When you've lived the life I had, you can't get you can't get caught up in regrets. Because, dude, I got a ton of them. I will say that leaving WMMS was probably the worst business decision I've ever made. I'll say that. I mean, they really did want me there, and financially they were ready to prove it. They offered me, and I mean a ton of money.
Right.
And I wanted to stand up for my show. A, B, we just got done doing it for like 5 straight years. I was a little tired, and I felt like, a break might not be the worst thing that would ever happen. And I was a little burned out. I mean, dude, that station did ride me pretty hard. I mean,
right.
I was doing a 4-hour show 5 days a week, and dude, I was out working bar events for them, sometimes 3, 4, 5 nights a week, and it, which I loved. I mean, that's what I'm all about. But it does, you know what I mean? No matter what your job is, it will wear on you. You know what I mean? So I was just kind of tired, and I was like, you know what? Let me just take some time and then figure out what I really should do. And then by the time I got ready, it was probably a little too late.
Right.
But yeah, that was probably not the smartest business decision I've ever made.
All right, I got a couple other questions for you. I know you're really busy and you have to get going though. But
no, dude, I mean, I got time. All I'm doing tonight is going to a minor league baseball game, dude, and I'm willing. I'll answer anything, man. Let me hear it.
All right. The other question is another question in the chat room. They want to know if let's say for instance, like Rover, he decided we needed another guy on the show or something like that. Would you jump at that opportunity?
dude, I'm just gonna tell you like this: if Rover calls me tomorrow morning, I'm on the plane Monday. Like, you know what I mean? How do you turn that guy down? I mean, he runs the most successful radio show in Cleveland right now. There's no arguing with the success of it. And I personally, and I know people think there's all this animosity between me and his staff too, and there's really not. Like, dude, I have nothing but respect for that dude.
Right.
Really, I mean, how can you argue with his success? He's obviously very good at what he does.
Yeah.
You know, and so if I get asked to be a part of the biggest radio show in any one particular city, yeah, dude, I'm going to do that.
Awesome. Now, the other question I got for you, what do you think about the Cleveland music scene?
I mean, you know, it's a tough thing, dude, because, you know, for some reason, a town that is so well known for its rock connection, they don't seem to be a real big live music people. You know what I mean? We're a poor ticket buying city, and I imagine a lot of that is because of, you know, the job issue in Cleveland.
Right.
But I think the whole music scene, especially rock in general, is just lousy. And so expecting a local scene to be any better than what's going on nationally is a little crazy. And but there are some very good bands out running around that scene. Like, dude, the Gluttons is a band that I absolutely love, and they're amazing at what they do. Keel Hall, even though they don't play a lot, is a band that I just honestly love and totally respect everything they do. On a different side, a little southern rockish, dude, one of my favorite local band in Cleveland right now, I'll tell you, is the Not So Good Old Boys.
Okay.
I mean, those guys are just fantastic at what they do. And disclaimer, I will say, Rodney Rose, the guy in the band, is one of my best friends. So there's a little homer in that.
Right.
But they are very, very good at what they do. If you haven't been exposed to them, you guys should check those guys out.
That's awesome. Now,
so I think there's some stuff there. It just needs to. It needs more people recognizing the fact that it's there. I mean, you gotta love Billy Morris for, you know, keeping the Foundry open and doing that whole thing, and, you know, I love Billy for that. And so eventually, I think it will spark back around. It's just kind of calm right now.
Right. So you think that the clubs here in Cleveland, there's got to be more of them, like more venues to actually have these local bands? Because, you know, the thing is that how many places can you go? There's the Foundry, there's Peabody's, there's the Fantasy, there's the Symposium. There's a couple others downtown. I mean,
now that's Class.
Yeah.
There's a few.
Right. So do you think it's the venues?
I don't think you'll see any more local band clubs pop up.
Right.
Until the scene happens. You know what I mean? You always have your early adapters, and those are the clubs we mentioned who are like, no, this is what we do, and we're holding firm with it. You won't see more clubs open up until those clubs start really packing themselves, and bands really start to make a name for themselves, and then you'll start to see people go, oh, well, we better hop on this bandwagon and make this money where all these other people are making it. You know what I mean? We live in a world of followers.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to lead anymore.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Everybody wants to hop on the coattails of what's already going on.
True. What do you think about the casino here in Cleveland that just opened up?
I mean, dude, it's hard to have a decent opinion on a Cleveland casino when you're having this conversation 10 miles from the Las Vegas Strip. You know what I mean? I'll say this. The Horseshoe's up outside their mind charging people $70 to park their car. What is that about?
Right.
You know?
And the drinking, too. And the drinking. You can't, I mean, you have to pay for your drinks. I mean, other casinos, you go in and they comp your drink.
Yeah, I mean, Atlantic City and Vegas will. I'm not sure those casinos in, like, Mississippi and Florida, I don't think they comp drinks. I mean, I don't know if they do or not. I might be speaking out of turn.
Right.
But what I'm more upset about is that they didn't get like a special liquor license to where they could serve 24 hours a day. That's crazy.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm in a casino at 3 o'clock in the morning, I better be drunk. Otherwise, I'm going to realize how much money I'm wasting. I'm going to walk out the front door.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
I agree there, too. I mean, the whole casino idea to me was, look, I don't think it's going to do anything for the economy of Cleveland. Okay, look, it gave some jobs. Look, I commend them for getting jobs. That's great, but that's about all it's going to do. It's not going to really do too much more because everybody's broke in Cleveland. They're not going to go to the casino.
Well, here's the thing. I think when your city's in the state that Cleveland's in right now, you're not going to do anything worse to it. And again, I'm not trashing Cleveland. I mean, it's my home, dude. I love that city. You know.
I'll do it for you.
But it is in an economic downturn. It just is, like most places in the country. And Cleveland's one of the, I hear from what I read, now what I don't understand about politics could fill the Grand Canyon, but from what I read, it's a little worse than some other places. And so I don't think it's going to do anything worse. And people talk about crime and prostitution. It's like, dude, look, if you're a Clevelander familiar with your city, you already know where to get a $10 blowjob, dude. You know what I mean? Like, the casino's not going to bring that anymore. You know what I mean? They're just going to look prettier. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, you're just going to have a whore in a cocktail dress, and I'll take that all day, man. You know? And so, you know, I don't worry about that. And, you know, I'm a guy that kind of, well, I mean, you know, a little seediness is good.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But I'm with you. I don't think all of a sudden we're going to turn around and go, well, Cleveland now financially is, you know, I mean, I just don't think you'll see that. You know, but I know people like to gamble, and it's addiction, and it's recession-proof. So, you know what? Slap the building up. Let's go.
Yeah. So, all right, question. Are you going to be coming back to Cleveland anytime soon?
I mean, the only way for me to answer your question honestly is to say that I know I will be coming back. Soon is a word I probably will not use. I'm in Vegas for a little while longer, and I have some plans to head up to Oregon to see some people up there for a little while. And then I may, there's a couple of people in California now that I'm out on this side of the, you know, this side of the country that I'd like to see while I'm out this way. And then, but yeah, I mean, I moved out of my place in Lakewood there, but my old roommate's got a place, and she's like, you know, like, look, you'll always have a place here. And so I still have an Ohio residence. You know what I mean? That's where all my stuff is at her place. And so I'm just living out of a bag right now, just kind of roaming the earth.
Well, the thing is that when you do come back to Cleveland, I'd love to get you in studio. We can actually sit down and pick your brain a little bit, though.
Absolutely, and dude, man, and until I get back, man, if you guys ever want to do another phoner, I'm totally down, man. I mean, awesome. I just like doing this kind of stuff, and if I can help you guys out, I would totally do it. I think what you guys are doing is cool. I think it's, you know, probably going to definitely be the wave of what happens next for talk programming. And, I mean, there's no denying the power of the Internet. I mean, it's here. It's not going anywhere, you know?
Right.
And so I think, well, you know, you guys are on something cool there. So, dude, if you guys, I mean, you got my number now, man. If you ever want to give me a call, dude, please do.
I will definitely. Now, that was my final question. What do you think about terrestrial radio the way it is right now?
I mean, there's two ways to answer that question. And as an employee, I'm not crazy about what I'm seeing.
Right.
But as a guy who understands business, you can't argue with what they're doing. I mean, they're streamlining their radio stations. They're paying less money, and ratings-wise, they're not doing any worse than what they were before. So, I mean, how do you look at a company and go, well, yeah, you can save yourself all this money and still make the same amount of money you were making? I mean, it's not great for guys who want to work in the business, but, you know what I mean? If I was in the boardroom, I'd be like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? I think it's a shame, because I think there are some talented people out there who aren't getting a chance to work right now, and, you know, especially when I think you know, I'm pretty high up on that list.
Right.
You know, so I feel like it's a shame, and I think it's only going to get worse before it gets better. I think what you'll see happen is stations will start to be sold off.
Right.
And smaller companies will buy them, and when that happens, I think good things will happen. I think it's, you know, Maxwell actually had a great analogy. He's working for that company Merlin up in Chicago, and what he said to me is, like, it's a lot, he's like, this feels to me like I left Bud Light, but now I work at Sam Adams.
Exactly.
Yeah. A little bit of
you
a
know
change
what I mean?
there.
And Sam Adams, like, dude, they're proud of their beer.
Right.
Where Bud Light's proud of how much they sell.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's and I think you'll start to see more of those kind of companies come in and be more about the craft and less about
quality instead of quantity.
Exactly. Now, what's your thought? I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit. What's your thought about internet radio, like what we're doing right now?
I mean, look, it's definitely the wave of talk programming. There's no doubt. I mean, just radio management is scared to death of talk shows right now. The PPM technology is killing them left and right. And again, I'm going to grandstand here a little bit. We actually went up when that came out. But it's killing talk programs all over the country. It's killing them, you know, and big ones too, not even just like little shows. I mean, it's killing some of the biggest name shows, you know. And So it's definitely going to be the safe haven. And once guys realize that they can make money without, Fortune 500 companies, it's going to be an interesting scene. I just don't think the money is there yet.
Right.
It will be.
Right.
But here's the thing. Again, like what we were talking about with the music scene and live venues, you can't wait for the money to be there. Because once it's there, then you're too late.
Exactly.
You got to be there before the money gets there.
Yeah, you got to make the money right then and there before, like you said, like before it even, you start, So, yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, we've been at this for 5 years, man, and we're still trying to find the money right now because it's not there right now,
Oh, dude, I mean, the money in terrestrial radio is not really there either. I mean,
Right.
I think if most people found out what their favorite DJ made, I think they'd be shocked.
Yep.
And I mean, I can't tell you how many people I know who are fantastic radio jocks who work part-time jobs because they have to.
I'll throw this out there right now. I put close to $85,000 into this radio station, this internet radio station, and I'm still putting money into it.
Yeah, dude, that's a ballsy move, and I got to give you some credit. I mean, there's so many people out there who would not believe in what they're doing well enough to do that. And so, dude, I respect your drive and your ambition to get it done. I mean, I think it's a cool thing. And like I said, I mean, you look at guys like Dan Patrick. I mean, that's kind of what he did. I mean, he got thrown off like ESPN. He was like the Maxwell of ESPN.
Right.
And you know what I mean? He started doing that out of his house initially, And now, if you ask my opinion, Dan Patrick has the best talk show in any format, bar none, in the country.
I agree.
He's just, dude, nobody is better at their job than Dan Patrick, and that's just how I feel about it. And I'm not even a huge sports guy, but I have DirecTV, and I TiVo him every day and watch it. I mean, I can't, I'm addicted to him. And that's coming from a guy, dude, I don't even really like radio shows.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if I was in my car, I'm not going to listen to a talk program. I just wouldn't. I know how to do one, and so I'll do it. But it's not, like, my favorite. Like, I wasn't, like, I mean, I like Howard, but I didn't grow up, like, this huge Howard Stern fan.
Right.
That went, like, oh, my God, I got to do that. I mean, honestly, and Bubba the Love Sponge, dude. I got to throw Bubba some credit, dude. I do love Bubba, dude. His show is,
wow.
Dude, his show
Bubba
is very good, man. I like Bubba.
Yeah, he's awesome though. Actually, they do some of our stuff for us, man. Some of our liners.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do some of our liners.
Oh, like
for
Manson and them guys. You work with them, some of them.
Yeah.
No, dude, Manson is the last true genius.
Yes.
Well, no, that's not true. Miles over at MMS is. Dude, oh my God, dude! When you want production done, there is nobody better than Miles. That guy is so freaking good at what he does, man.
We actually we had a Miles clip that he'd done for one of our other shows here on the network, and he was as a favor to one of the guys from that show, and Miles did it for him. And dude, I like everything he does. I mean, he's a good guy. I mean, I like him. But you know what?
Yeah,
if
Miles and I came up together at MMS, man, and so I got to watch that kid grow and like when I see him now, I mean, I saw him not that long ago, and when I talk to him and when I hear his stuff all over the country now with iHeartRadio, when I hear his stuff, it makes me so happy, man, because it's a guy I know, and dude, he is far and away, and I mean far and away, that much better than most people that do what he does.
Right.
I mean, dude, Miles is a special talent. He really is.
So, final thought. What's your plans? Are you going to be on the radio anytime soon, or is it just taking it easy right now until you find something?
I mean, dude, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I got my agent looking into it. I've been in airports all over this country. I've I've been on the phone with stations all over this country, and every guy I've talked to that has done this for a living says, "Look, dude, it's darkest before dawn."
Right.
Like that day where you're like, screw it, I'm done, I'm packing it in, I'm over it, that's the day they call. And every guy I know in the business has called me and said, dude, keep your head up, man, you're a talented guy, and dude, eventually it's going to happen, it's the right situation just needs to happen. And I'm really going to be selective, man. I mean, like I said, my last job was a trying time for me, and I really don't have an interest to go through anything like that ever again. And so I'm willing to wait for the job I want.
That's awesome.
Since you're in Vegas, what are some of the crazy things you've seen while you've been in Vegas?
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, dude. When your family lives in Vegas, man, you don't. I mean, I haven't really been partying as much as people would think I would here, but I did see a guy walking naked from the corner when I went to buy a pack of cigarettes earlier today, and it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. The guy was just naked walking down the street.
Dude, you see that? You see that at Peabody's? I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, and so, I mean, honestly, I've been here about a week and a half. I've only been to the Strip like 3 times. Like, I haven't even really messed with it. It's just, like I said, it's, you know, when your family lives here, it's more like coming home than it is like, hey, Vegas, you know what I mean? And so, and my niece is 7 years old, dude, and this is the most time I've ever spent with her the entire time she's been alive. And so I'm just pretty much, I know once I get back to work, I'm going to be back to being busy and not taking vacations and working through holidays and doing all that stuff. So I'm just trying to honestly spend as much time with her as I possibly can, and you know what I mean, and do some of that. I'll say this, picking her up from school is one of the best things I've ever done in my life, dude.
I'll trade you, dude. I got a 10-year-old, dude. I'm tired of picking her up.
Well, dude, I'm sure I would be if it was like actually my responsibility to do every day. I'm just talking about the scenery you see hanging out there before they get out. I mean, it's crazy.
Awesome.
The single mom action in Vegas, it's insane.
I was gonna,
you know, so I've actually been having a good time with that. She's good bait, man. I took her to the movies a couple of times. You know, you definitely, it definitely helps with your social calendar.
Just boost your ego a little bit. Like, hey, I'm kind of a big deal in the radio business.
Yeah,
Want to go somewhere?
I was kind of a big deal for a little while in a town that you could care less about. That's not really going to go all that far, but yeah, no, it's been, you know, so that's been good, man. I've just been hanging out with my family, dude, which is good because I never got to see them much when I was working. You know what I mean? I didn't go home for Christmas a lot. I worked a lot. You know, when I like my job, I like to work.
Yeah.
And I like to be at the radio station. I like to be around, and I like to, you know, work events. I like what I do, so I like to, you know what I mean? I probably work too much.
Right.
So.
Well, you know what, Dan? I wish you the best of luck, man. I hope, you know what? I hope someone here in Cleveland, some radio station here in Cleveland, hears this and brings you back to Cleveland so we can get you back on the air.
I would love it, dude. I mean, I would totally love it. Like I said, if that's my home, and there's no place I'd rather be, and that's the honest to God truth. And so if somebody there wants to take a shot on me, man, I'm ready to take the phone call.
Or if we get a sponsor here, if we get a sponsor here at MSC, they can pay Dan's salary. Then you know what? You know, there you go. We'll bring Dan here at MSC.
Dude, give me a call, man.
Right.
Give me a call.
Right.
You know.
Just as long as you know, don't take your talents to South Beach, you know, because there was one guy who said I love Cleveland, and then he left.
Honestly, that's a couple of times I did go to the casino. That's what I've been doing. I've been in the sports book betting against him. So, and that's been paying off a little.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, you know, thank God.
Look at the last game he just did, man. He kind of like failed there.
So. Cleveland.
Yeah.
As soon as they see,
it's starting to look like Miami is his own personal NCX, man. You know. So, you know, good luck with that, Braun. You know, have fun with it.
I agree. Yeah. All right, Dan, I do appreciate you coming on the show, dude. I'd love to have you back on when you have some time, and maybe when you come back up to Cleveland, we'll get you in studio and pick your brain a little bit, man.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, whenever you got my number, man, whenever you want.
All right. All right. Thanks a lot, Dan. I'll talk to you later, dude.
Thanks, guys.
All right, later. There you go. There's Dan Stansbury, formerly from the Maxwell Show, 98.5 WNCX and 100.7 WMMS. Dude, it's sad to see him go, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I like Dan. When I listen to the Maxwell Show, I sort of listen to the show because of Stansbury. That's the reason why I listen to the Maxwell Show. And it's kind of sad to see him go, you know, and hopefully, you know, we get him back here in Cleveland, he can come back, you know, so it'd be great. Or if we can get a sponsor for here at MSC.
Bring him here.
We'll bring his ass here. Yeah.
Yeah, we can have someone fill this seat next to me.
Exactly.
It's been empty for months.
Exactly. Yeah, we're looking for another third wheel, so eventually we'll get somebody here. All right, real quick, guys. We're going to get Dave Felton on. Hopefully he's in the building, and we'll get him on next. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
If this is your idea of a morning pick-me-up, you're our kind of listener.
Uncensored Net Noise.
You want a date?
I'm gonna puke on you.
Gee, I don't think I have a price for that.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Right here on MorningShowCentral.com. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request.
Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Morning Show Central.
Denying one Farmville request at a time.
Uncensored Net Noise is fueled by Cocaine Energy Supplement.
Hey, if you had to work on a Friday night, you'd need it too.
If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style.
Lifestyle Limousine Service.
Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service.
Check them out on the web. LifestyleLimousineService.com.
Reserve your ride now.
330-903-0508. 330-903-0508.
Lifestyle Limousine Service.
And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you.
The Project X Show.
Project X Show.
Driven by porn.
Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern.
Right here on Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Project X Show.
Live on MorningShowCentral.com.
Let the word go forth.
Created by the people, for the people.
Jousted Out tackles the politics of today.
Expressing views of all sides.
As our founders pledged, a more perfect union.
Are you ready to joust it out?
Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m.
So we Americans must not fear change. Instead, let us welcome it, embrace it, and create it.
On MorningShowCentral.com.
Pete 99 Technologies.
Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating.
Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers.
That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999,
P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider.
Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee.
No questions asked.
For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence.
With honest and expert customer service.
P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Hey, this is Steve Snyder from Twisted Sister, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more,
Guitar Center has you covered.
Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade.
With the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area.
They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them.
You should too.
Need to know more?
Go to GuitarCenter.com.
The adrenaline rush.
All you need to do is feel it.
The thrill of victory.
Winning is the only option. The only option. The only option.
And all the locker room chatter.
No. Wrong. Game over.
Get high on sports.
Every Monday night at 9 p.m.
Want to know everything going on with the Browns, the Cavs, the Indians, even the Monsters?
These guys know it.
You have the most amazing effect on people.
You know why?
They're high on sports.
Monday night at 9 p.m.
Then I am in.
On MorningShowCentral.com.
Hey, this is Richard Christie, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
What is it? It was hot. It's everything in between with your host, Von Erich. Everything in between. Nothing gets me more excited. Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on MorningShowCentral.com. Call the show toll free.
1-888-668-0742.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com.
You have nothing to worry about.
Oh my. MorningShowCentral.com.
Copy that. I want you to stay on this channel.
You're gonna like it.
MorningShowCentral.com.
The universe grows smaller every day.
Check out the member profile pages, blogs, games, online forums, video chat, and much more.
You are out of order.
Shut your fat mouth.
One website.
I gotta be honest, this is getting me hot.
MorningShowCentral.com.
You are refreshingly vulgar.
Hey, this is Tim King from Soil, and you listen to Uncensored Net Noise.
Due to affirmative action,
We have a black guy on the show.
Whoa.
You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
from the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening
to Morning Show Central Radio Network. It's Uncensored Net Noise.
Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
Live on MorningShowCentral.com. If you'd like to call the show,
1-888-668-0742.
Hello everyone, I hope you've been enjoying the last couple days of abundant sunshine and clear skies. And the good news is that this nice weather will continue throughout the next couple days as we'll see sunny skies and once again abundant sunshine. But before we talk about that, we'll talk about tonight. We're expecting sunny skies. There will be a few clouds if possible. We'll drop down to a low in the mid-50s by the early hours of Saturday. And as we head into Saturday afternoon, we're going to warm up to a high temperature of 82 in Cleveland. It's going to be warmer south of there, like places in Akron, Canton. And we'll see a low of 55 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we'll see a few clouds around and a high of 85. So it's going to be a very warm weekend. And following that, we do have some chances for thunderstorms on Monday and Tuesday. But otherwise, after that, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday looks very nice and sunny.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
Damn, she's just doing all kinds of crazy nonsense on the camera now. That's awesome, though.
She's working the camera.
She's working the camera. I don't know if she's flirting to me or she's flirting with it on text or the guy. I don't know.
You shouldn't have brought that up. You should just keep it in your imagination as if she's flirting with you.
Talking to me, yeah. It's awesome. We got more with Chris, and she can do more little gestures on the camera.
I know. I want to see how big my tongue looks.
Well, we can get it close if we want to. I'll zoom in after the break.
It's not quite Gene Simmons, but it works.
Uncensored Net Noise. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the fine people at the FCC
For being such f***ing mug.
Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, guys. You want to call the show? The number's 888-668-0742. Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. We got Dave Felton in Curidius. He's going to talk to us for a little bit. But I also want to talk to him a little bit about his stint with Mushroomhead.
All right.
All right. So,
what do you want to know?
I want to know what happened. Why did you leave the band, and or why? What was your demise in Mushroomhead? What happened there?
Well, I didn't leave.
Okay.
I got the boot, man.
You got the boot? Why'd you get the boot?
Good question. I don't know. I mean, I don't like really drink or party much, so maybe I wasn't a good drinking buddy.
Right.
Maybe I speak my mind too much when it comes to the business end of things.
Okay. Makes sense.
But you know, when you put a lot of effort into something and you care about it, and it seems like people don't care as much as you, and you wonder why, and you speak your mind about it, you know, then I guess I'm a dick for caring too much.
Yeah. Okay. What was like one of the moments in Mushroomhead that you had like a little bit of a problem, you know, in the band? Like, let's say hypothetically, you know, there was something that was going down in the band, and then you, I guess, you know, heads were bumping, and you didn't like the outcome of what happened. I mean, was there a point in time where that was the last straw, and that's the reason why you got booted? Or
no, not at all.
No,
not at all. I mean, since before I was even in the band, like
okay.
those dudes fought amongst themselves, physically, verbally, whatever. You know what I mean? I didn't get in it till '99.
Right.
Skinny and Jeff and I were in a band called Hatrix beforehand.
Okay.
Which, you know, they went into that. I had the opportunity to probably be in it from the beginning, but I was working full time and in 2 other bands already.
Right.
So, you know, and it really wasn't even my thing. I didn't want to be in a novelty type act.
Okay.
You know? I mean,
so you wanted something basically your own. You wanted to call it your own, and basically, you know, say, look, this is my band, or this is.
Well, no, it wasn't that. It wasn't like I wanted control over anything like that. It wasn't that type of thing. I was just, you know, I play guitar for the music. You know what I mean? You know, I come from that Randy Rhoads, Van Halen,
makes sense,
Yngwie Malmsteen era. You know, where it's guitar-driven, guitar-based stuff. You know, and I love Kiss and all that kind of stuff too. But you know, Mushroomhead was just kind of. I just remember those guys having a Mr. Bungle picture on the wall at Hatrix practice.
Yeah.
And you know, Mushroomhead started out as basically just kind of a, you know, a Mr. Bungle type band. You know, kind of silly rock and that kind of thing.
Now do you remember like back in the day where they said that, you know, the whole Disturbed thing, Mushroomhead thing, and all this, you know, going back and forth, or saying, well, Disturbed stole Mushroomhead's idea, and Mushroomhead stole Disturbed's idea, and Slipknot. I'm sorry. Yeah. You know, going back and forth, you know, with all that stuff. I mean, what's your take on that? I know Mushroomhead actually started that whole movement, right?
Well, but if you look at old pictures of Mr. Bungle, it's exactly.
Why did I say Disturbed? Oh, you know why? Because they were on MTV last night. That's why. I was watching them. Okay, go ahead.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Along with the instant noodles.
Yeah, they're in the other room. All right, go ahead.
Well, no, if you look at old pictures of Mr. Bungle, it was the jumpsuits, you know, the work suits and Halloween masks.
Yeah,
and they had like 8 guys because they had Horde players and like a full like rock band as well. So it was you know, Slipknot didn't steal it from Mushroomhead.
Right.
You know, Mushroomhead kind of made a variation of Mr. Bungle, and you know, then came Slipknot, which was kind of the exact same kind of transition.
Now you had to wear one of those crazy costumes too, right? When you were in the band. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, how was it? I mean, could you breathe in that thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? I mean, I'm watching. I went to a Mushroomhead concert quite a few times, like hundreds of them, and it's like, how can he breathe in those damn things?
Yeah, you just, you know.
Really?
You sweat on stage anyway.
Right.
You know, Really doesn't matter.
More sweat.
More sweat, basically.
Yeah.
So you got this new band.
Correct.
And tell me a little bit about the start and how you guys got it all together. I mean, we went out to your car a little earlier, and you had these brand new shirts, man. I mean, these things are awesome. Joe Dirt's got his on right now.
Right on.
But the thing is how did the band start?
Well, Mushroomhead has a lot of side projects. One of the early side bands that we did was 216.
Right.
It was 4 members of Mushroomhead. It was J-Man, Pig Venus, Skinny, and myself.
Okay.
216 took off really quick and got really popular in town. We were drawing between 500 and 800 people a show every time we played Peabody's. The band just had like a very quick level of success. And it just kept getting blown off year after year after year after year.
Right.
We just played a show after not playing for 2 years back in December. There was at least 500 people there.
Yeah, that's cool.
We got our usual guarantee. We didn't have any merch. We sold out of it.
That says a lot for the entire.
Well,
thing,
if I thought that band was going to continue, I would have started investing. Actually, I did. I did get some of my own T-shirt designs made up and stuff just to have something because I could tell something was wrong.
Right.
I wasn't getting any straight answers from anybody else.
Right.
But when you have a band that's getting $4,000 guarantees.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And you sell 10,000 CDs alone in Cleveland in the first 3-4 years.
Right.
You either you're just completely retarded or you have some kind of personal beef with everybody else in the band that you don't want to keep moving forward with that.
Yeah.
So that just 2 and 2 equals 4. So
right, exactly.
I'm just not getting it.
Yeah.
So after 10 years of that, okay,
it's time to move on.
I said, screw it, man. I need to do something.
Yeah.
Not that nothing against the Mushroomhead thing. It's kick ass. I loved it. Like I said, they probably all think I hate their guts because some of the shit I said venting out of frustration, but that's not it. It's I want to move forward. I want these, I'm part of this now. I've contributed a ton to it. After 10, 12 years, I should have a say.
Exactly.
Especially when it's my material that's being presented. It's like I wasn't just brought in to dish out a bunch of material for you guys to decide what to do with it, and then
without voicing your opinion or getting a chance to
exactly.
voice your own opinion.
It's like if I'm a hired dude, where do I send the invoice?
Yeah,
I'm part of the friggin' band.
They basically wanted you to sit off to the sideline and let just do nothing basically, and that's kind of shitty.
They didn't want me to do nothing. They wanted me to contribute, but they didn't.
But not to have a voice.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not to have a voice. So that's what I mean. But not that Mushroomhead wasn't an outlet for me as far as what I like to do on guitar, but it kind of wasn't. I wrote a lot of the material for the records the past 10 years, musically, not lyrically or anything like that.
Okay.
But a lot of music. I played bass on some songs. I played keyboards on some songs. A lot of people don't know that.
Right. I was going to ask you how much percentage of how much of the music in the latest CD have you that you did? I mean, was that a lot of that yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of that stuff comes from jam sessions.
Okay.
We just stand in the room and we rock out together and stuff. But I'm still coming up with stuff depending on what kind of beats are being played or whatever.
Would you go back to Mushroomhead?
That's a good question. I don't know.
You don't know?
Give us some time.
It's an open. It's probably basically an open wound right now, still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just pouring salt on it. Yeah.
Yeah, because basically, I think I hurt some people's feelings by just voicing my opinion, and to be booted out because you have an opinion when you should.
Right.
Because I hurt certain people's feelings, I guess. I think
that's wrong.
Right. Exactly.
It's not just wrong. It's just gay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that is too. That is true too. But the thing is if you're in a band and you have all these members in the band, you should be able to voice your opinion in this band. I mean, regardless if it's a dumb opinion or not, because you never know. There might be an opinion that might be worth value to the whole entire band, and it may be valuable for everybody to do, and that's the problem that I kind of see with some of the bands that I interview is that, like, you know, one person will say something and then that other person will get pissed off. Why are you getting pissed off? It's just an opinion. It's just that, you know, I'm voicing myself to you, and maybe we can work it out. Maybe we can make this happen. If it doesn't happen, then okay, that's fine. But at least I got my voice out there.
Especially when
Well, you know what? Nothing pivotal is teetering on any of this shit. It's rock and roll, man.
Right.
You know, if you're not having fun doing it,
why do
then
it?
What the hell are you doing it for?
Yeah, there's something wrong.
If you're in a band to be in a gang or to run it like a dictator and,
Right.
and belittle people and shit, then you got some personal issues, man. Go see a shrink.
I agree. I agree.
You know,
I mean, there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of things that a lot of these bands here in Cleveland that I've noticed in the past that, you know, this is like, you know, you got one front man and then he does all the talking for the band. Well, that's not right. I mean, everybody in the band should have some sort of like voice. And that's the sort of a problem that I have with some of the local bands here in Cleveland, that you got one guy doing all the talking for everybody. And it's like, okay, what about Dave? You know, what does he think about, you know, the band, or what does, you know, the guy over here think about the band? Or
especially when you've been around for a decade,
right. over a decade.
Well, that's what that's what I do with the Creadias guys. I've known all those guys for a long time.
Right.
And basically, it's the same thing with the Mushroomhead thing. I cared about morale as far as keeping everybody, wanting to try to keep everything fair and even and honest, so that everybody wanted to be there,
right.
wanted to do it, wanted to work together on stuff, you know.
Yeah, and I noticed that with Mushroomhead. I mean, when they went out and did an interview at wherever, either on TV or on radio or wherever it's going to be at, it's always like that one guy, and it's Waylon, he's doing all the talking, you know, for the band. I like when you go and you have an interview with a band, you get like other members. I mean, I prefer to have, you know, maybe a drummer speak for the band or the guitarist, because you're going to get more crazy stories out of them than you would with the lead singer. Because by the time the lead singer gets off the stage at a show or whatever, he doesn't want to do any interviews. He's going straight to his hotel or wherever, and he's going to crash for the night. He's not going to do anything.
It's, well, you know what, that all goes without saying. It just it depends on who you get to do.
Right, exactly.
But like I said, you know, there's a lot of, you know, just unfairness going on in that camp, and it's been that way since day one.
Right.
You know,
so
not a big deal.
So the question still remains: if they called you back, would you go back?
There'd be some serious negotiating.
Okay.
And there'd be some serious talking me off of the fence.
Okay.
As far as, well, let's just say, not wanting to physically destroy some people.
Right. Yeah. Hey, that's, you know.
And that's no bullshit.
Right. I mean, there's nothing I can really say about that. You know, I mean, it's just.
Well, you know, it's not even the fact that it happened.
Right.
If it's the way that it happened.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get into all that.
You don't have to.
But you can just imagine.
I can.
That, if it went down in a fair, decent way and it was discussed.
Right.
And, you know, we negotiated some kind of just some kind of anything, I would have been like, okay, cool. You know, I'm cool with you guys. I understand. That's awesome. But the way that it went down was just a total dick move by spineless faggots. I'm just gonna straight up say it.
Wow. Wow.
You know,
bam. Right in your face, right there. You know,
give me a freaking phone call, man. You know.
Well, okay, let me ask you this: was it a text, or did they do it to your face, or did they like send an email or a text, or they just?
It's something along those lines.
Really? Oh my God, that's a dick move right there.
Bitch move.
And the one guy didn't even answer the phone, and the other guy called me the next day, and the one guy I did talk to didn't have a straight answer, passed it off on the other dude.
What a dick move, man.
That's what I mean. It's like there's no straight answer, and then if you read that bullshit statement on Facebook, it's that just makes it even funnier. They're like blaming it on my cover band from 20 years ago.
Wow, dude.
Which, that's like a business. That's
How
like,
the fuck can you blame it on a cover band from 20 years ago?
Well, that was part of the blame.
Whatever. But still, that's a bitch move by either email or text saying, "Oh, by the way, Dave, you're no longer in the band. We don't need you anymore. Yeah, see you later. Bye." No, dude, you tell me to my face that I'm gone. If I wanted to fire Joe Dirt, I'm gonna do it live on the air in front of him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's like
Vince McMahon style.
There's just we could have negotiated something. We could have talked about it.
Right.
But it wasn't even anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to wonder. You look at the history of the band and you see how many people have been in and out of it.
Right.
And they're going to pass it off like the guys that are out were the problems, but sometimes you got to wonder if that's the truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have a choice because certain people are in charge, so you got to conform to certain things a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
But it's you shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah. I agree with you, Dave, man.
If you're fair and honest and you're doing the right thing, then you don't got to try to cover your bullshit with anything.
Right. Or you send someone else to do your dirty work for you, which is kind of bull. I mean, I had that happen to me in the past where someone else actually come up to me and goes, "Oh, by the way, so-and-so said this about you and they don't want you to do this." And I'm like, well, why didn't that person come to me and tell me instead of sending you as a messenger, which I'm kind of even pissed off even more about because you should
have the balls to come face to face. He sends one of his yes men to come.
Exactly, and that's kind of bullshit.
You know what? This is all cool to vent and talk about and everything too. But
right.
In the big scheme of things, it's certain people are going to be pissed about what went down.
Right.
And it's not enough to really hinder what's going. Them moving forward or their success or any shit like that.
Well,
because it's an established thing and it's been around a long time, and that's cool. You know what I mean? I can accept that and great.
Right. I do have a couple more questions before we get the hell out of here, though. But I still want. I have one question. I'm gonna go ahead and let you. I'm gonna say the question right now. I'm gonna let you answer it when we come back. We got a break real quick. What do you think? How are the fans taking it? The Mushroomhead fans when they found out that you left Mushroomhead. And we'll find out when we come back after break, because I'm kind of curious about some of the comments you're probably getting on maybe your personal Facebook page or whatever, or even on the Mushroomhead Facebook page, saying where's Dave, where did he go, so that right there is kind of intriguing, and I really want to find out what's going on there. So when we come back, we'll talk to Dave a little bit more, and we're going to wrap up the show. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
Uncensored Net Noise.
It's electronic. Yeah, so's my vibrator, but I don't have to sit in the chair and listen to it for an hour and a half.
You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise right here on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hey, this is Joe Dirt, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out.
Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network.
Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy.
Cocaine Energy Supplement.
Due to great consumer demand,
Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement.
It's now available at retail locations across the country,
as well as online at ReduxDirect.com.
That's ReduxDirect.com.
Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network,
where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world.
Cocaine Energy Supplement.
You can become a member.
By logging on to lovecocaine.com.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
Hey, Unsigned fans.
You are jam-packed.
Hey, Unsigned fans.
Want your music heard?
Yeah! Shoot us an email with the name of the band and the MP3 of the song.
Send it to show@morningshowcentral.com.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network
on morningshowcentral.com.
If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style.
Lifestyle limousine service.
Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service.
Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousine.service.com.
Reserve your ride now.
330-903-0508. 330-903-0508.
Lifestyle Limousine Service.
And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you.
Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel
dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy.
With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services,
you can be confident your station will be all it can be.
Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com
and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now.
Coming at you from the rock and roll capital, it's an exciting and fast-paced global forum
with the man who knows how to help get your band even better.
Yeah! Doc Rock tackles industry issues with informed guests
and invites your questions, concerns, and tales of band life.
There's never a dull moment in Doc's world of showbiz.
He cares about artist issues and escalating your talents.
So make an appointment with Doc Rock on Band-Aid.
Thank you!
Tuesday night, starting at 9:05.
Only on morningshowcentral.com.
Join host Brian for Dominion Live Chicago every Friday night, 11 p.m. Central to 1 a.m. Right here.
Right here on morningshowcentral.com.
Got time on your hands?
Oh, fuck! Ow! Ow! Oh, ow!
What?
Oh, ow!
Send us an email.
Hit the Contact Us page on morningshowcentral.com.
You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
Uncensored Net Noise.
Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on Morning Show Central Radio Network.
MorningshowCentral.com.
Don't touch that mouse.
Besides, you don't run the same gag twice. You can do the next gag.
MorningshowCentral.com.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningshowCentral.com.
What do you need to know about the Sunday Hangover Show? The name says it all.
Leave it alone, man.
The Sunday Hangover Show.
Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. on morningshowcentral.com.
Prepare to get your cock rocked to kingdom come.
Welcome back to the show that doesn't discriminate.
We'll bang everyone equally.
You can handle that? You got a job.
It's Uncensored Net Noise. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening
to Morning Show Central Radio Network. It's Uncensored Net Noise.
Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
Live on morningshowcentral.com. If you'd like to call the show,
1-888-668-0742. Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
The whole idea of this lawsuit is stupid, anyways. I mean, first off, I mean they're fighting over, they're suing over John Travolta's penis and how long it is and how his pubic hairs are wiry. Throwing him on Front Street like that, okay, that's fine. I mean, I guess whatever. I mean, does he have grounds for a lawsuit? Probably not. I mean, they're probably going to throw this thing out. The judge is going to look at this and go, "Is your penis 8 inches? No. Is your pubic hair wiry? No. Okay, drop your drawers. I like to see it." And then he's gonna drop his drawers. People are gonna see it, and that's the end of it.
It's the best thing to come out of a box.
Come out of a box.
Come out of a box. Since Jessica Alba was born.
Oh, it's so delicious I can almost taste it.
Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, guys. You want to call the show? The number is 888-668-0742. Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com, or jump in the chat. I do have that question that I posed to Dave prior to break. We'll get to that in a minute.
Dave was just asking me about the pre-clip of the story.
Oh, yeah, it was about John Travolta and his lawsuit about a massage or something like that. And I guess
it was some place or some website or something that was suing or filing a lawsuit.
It was a masseuse that's actually suing
John Travolta
or something about his penis or something. I don't know. Whatever.
It was a crazy show last week.
Yeah, it was.
It's a crazy show this week for different reasons, but still good.
Yeah, I love it though.
Of course, Chrissy from
Cellbound. Yeah, it was great.
That was entertaining.
All right, we do have a caller. Let's find out what this caller wants. Uncensored Net Noise, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up? I got a question for Dave.
Shoot.
What do you think? Why do you think that they would remove you from the band? What do you think the reason for it was?
I don't know, man. Too opinionated, not a good drinking buddy, like I said. Who knows, man? All I ever wanted to do was make that thing as cool and as good and solid as it could possibly be. And
well, you did a really good job. I'm a big fan of you and Pig. It was like a huge shock when you guys did Pig leave or did they remove him too?
Yes.
Okay.
That answers both questions.
Yeah.
Well,
so
it just sucks for everybody, not just you guys, for everybody. But you guys really helped push the band forward a lot. So thank you.
Right on. Thank you, brother. I mean, that's exactly my point. You know, if I come off a little agitated about the situation, it's because I did care a lot. You know what I mean? I contributed a shit ton to it, and I didn't even have that intent to really be that guy. But I put a ton into that. You know, as far as the writing goes, filming DVDs, you know, they taught me how to edit. Volume 2, you know, for Volume 2, I did a lot of editing on that.
Awesome.
You know,
yeah.
And then when they do what they just did,
but that's what I mean. It's like, okay, I call people on some bullshit and voice my opinion about how certain things are going,
and they don't like it, and they're like, all right,
exactly,
goodbye.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of well. They didn't even say goodbye to him. They sent him a text message or an email saying, "Oh, you're done." You know, that was the kind of a shitty moment in the whole entire thing, and
it's like a punch in the face if they send you a text message or an email or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah. All right, buddy. Thanks for calling in, bud.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate that, man.
No problem. See you later.
Take it easy, brother.
All right. So we asked that question to you. What are the fans saying about the whole you leaving or you getting kicked out of Mushroomhead?
Well, a lot of people are asking me why I left.
Okay.
And I tell them straight up I didn't leave.
Okay.
And they're like, whoa, why? You know?
Yeah, you were telling me during the break, though, that there's a lot of people out there that still think you're in the band, and you're getting compliments from that.
Well, not a lot, but I've got a couple of like Facebook messages saying, saw you the other night, you know, at such and such place.
Right.
You were awesome.
I wasn't even there.
It's like, dude, you know.
Right.
I don't know how loaded you were, but I wasn't. I wasn't there, brother.
That could be a possibility.
Yeah. So, all right. So you moved on. All right. Let's get past this Mushroomhead thing. Let's move on to your new band.
Right on.
All right. So you got a new CD dropping when?
Hopefully middle of June.
Okay.
I don't have an exact date, but that's what I'm pushing for.
Okay. And do you have any shows coming up for that band?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot of shows coming up.
Where are they going? Where's your first show? Anything local here in Cleveland?
The next show is June 2nd in Menor.
Okay.
Livewire.
Nice.
We're playing with a band called Psychosis.
Yep. I know those guys personally. Yep.
Then I think the following weekend on the 8th, we're playing Erie, PA.
Okay.
We're playing a big festival down in somewhere in Southern Ohio. It's Rogers, Ohio, Rogers.
Okay.
Something or other. I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
But
just check the Facebook.
Yeah, I've been overwhelmed with a lot of phone stuff, getting
get everything together. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So but there's a lot of shows. There's we're playing Fort Wayne, Indiana this Saturday.
Nice.
Jersey and Philadelphia in August. In August. We're playing some big festival thing in Akron in September. A lot of stuff spread out. Just, everybody plays in other bands and has stuff going on for the summer, so we just work around everyone's schedule.
Okay, what's going on in September? You have anything? You have a gig coming up in September?
I know where this is going.
Mm-hmm. Any gigs at all? Let's see. I'll give you the exact date in September. Hold on.
I'm not sure what it is offhand.
All right, September 28th.
He's going to be offering you.
Yeah,
September. An offer for you.
Yeah, September 28th. What are you doing? You have anything around that date?
I have no idea.
Well, clear your calendar because I want you to play the birthday bash.
All right.
I want you to play the Uncensored Net Noise birthday bash.
All right, cool, man.
That we do every year here.
I'm hit.
Okay,
yeah, cool. I was going to perform at Madison Square Garden, but
I already have two bands already lined up. I got Morality Check going to be playing. They play every year. They're a band of ours that plays every year, every birthday bash since we started 5 years ago. They play the birthday bash for us, and then we also have Demons Within. They're also going to be playing,
right on.
And we got Days Band.
Cool.
So that's going to be great.
Awesome.
So
I got to check it. Like I said, there's like a couple guys are in cover bands just to make some extra cash. Me and the drummer are in a cover band called SOS. We've been together since '89. Playing metal covers and stuff like that.
The year I was born.
Right
on. But no, like I said, I got to check some scheduling, but we can make something happen for sure.
I have it at 2 hours and 4 minutes that Dave said he might be able to play it. So
he's holding you against your word.
I'm holding you. I got you recorded right here, buddy.
That's cool, man. No, I'm hit.
So that's great. But yeah, it'd be great if you could play the Uncensored Net Noise birthday bash. It's going to be our 6th anniversary. We've been doing it for 6 years, and it'd be awesome that you guys can play that show. And you know what? I really enjoy having you on. It was great though, and you know what? You actually put out there, what really happened, in the Mushroomhead camp, and the reason why that you got booted and removed from Mushroomhead, which is, I was kind of curious myself the last time we had you in studio, and I really didn't want to go into great detail because I don't want to put Jack under the bus because it was his moment.
Right, exactly.
And I'm glad I'm glad that you came back and you actually cleared everything up with us, and it kind of makes it. It makes more sense than what I've been hearing and seeing on the websites and Facebooks and everything else about what's going on. So you know what? I'm happy that you got your band started, and I hope the whole thing is very, very successful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect to change the world or reinvent the wheel with this thing or anything like that. I just, I started it as just an outlet to have fun with my friends, and that's exactly what we do. We have a blast when we play. We have a blast when we travel. I sell some merch. We're gaining some fans. If it takes off, cool. If it don't, we're still having a great time.
Right.
And that's what's important to me right now.
Well, there's a thing in the chat room right now. They're asking, where is the birthday bash going to be held? Well, okay, look, this is not official yet, though, but it probably will be at the Foundry this year. I still have to talk to Billy Morris or at the Foundry, but you know what? I have no problem with that. Billy will let me play there. I have no problem at all. So that's probably where we're going to have the 6th anniversary for the Uncensored Net Noise birthday bash.
All right.
Every year we used to have it at the Fantasy.
Yeah, the last 2 years.
We had it at the Fantasy, but now that we're no longer there at the Fantasy and next to it or whatever, I'm done there, and I'm just going to take it back across the street to the Foundry.
Right on.
So that's great, though. Dave, I appreciate you coming on.
Right on.
I appreciate it, and hopefully everything goes well with you. Go ahead and plug that Facebook where they can find you.
Oh, just there's the official fan page, Dave Gravy Felton. You can check out that one. There is a Crea Diaz page now, newly up. There's not a lot of stuff on it, but there's general information about things. Okay. And then my personal one, just Dave Felton.
Nice. All right, check all that information out on our website, uncensorednetnoise.com. We'll have all the links in this interview up on the website sometime tomorrow afternoon. Also, go to our main website, MSC Radio Network, and sign up to that and join in the fun in the forums and all the other good stuff that we got going on there. That's about it, though. Anything, Joe? Oh, Joe Dirt's Corner. Real quick. Anything?
Nothing.
Nothing? All right, cool.
We already talked about, I had that audition today. So
No. Okay, cool.
It went quick.
Right.
I'm used to quickies, so
I bet you are.
Story of my life.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to get the hell up out of here. Peace. We're out.
Cool.
Okay, wait. I love you. Okay, bye. I'm not even going to say anything. It's so embarrassing.
What the fuck is going on? The crew at Uncensored Net Noise would like to thank the sponsors that make our weekly show possible.
Cocaine Energy Supplement,
Lifestyle Limousine,
Intense Frequency Production,
Guitar Center, North Olmsted, Ohio,
Joe the Printer Guy,
Broken Fan Media,
and Pete99.com. Web hosting done right.
Did you miss any of the show?
What the hell happened to you guys?
Actually, we were hoping you could tell us.
Then check out our website.
The games, photo galleries, chat rooms, and more.
We're supposed to be fighting for truth, justice, and the American way here.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are not controlled by the FCC, our wives, girlfriends, gay lovers, or favorite barnyard animals. And if you have any complaints,
call someone who cares.
Be sure to tune in next week for another sick and twisted edition of Uncensored Net Noise.
Conspiracy theories and masturbation. I suspected there was a connection.
If you have any questions, comments, bitches, complaints, or great stories about barnyard fetishes,
shoot us an email at show@morningshowcentral.com.
And be sure to check out the live show next Friday night, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Right here on morningshowcentral.com.
Must be great to be able to make a living doing something you love.
From Chris and the rest of the gang here at Uncensored Net Noise, have a great weekend.
And we'll catch you next week.